Hello, my name is Eileen Wu, and I am a targeted individual. I currently live in Silver Spring, Maryland. My targeting started actually through a phone call to the DC Crime Stoppers Anonymous. And in April 2011, me and my friend, a couple of friends, we were hanging out in Georgetown, DC, and we were just going to a club and having fun. And then around 2 a.m. or so, we started walking back to our car, and I noticed there was this store that sold cigars, cigarettes, and other smoking stuff. And I walked by and I saw a group of people smoking pot. And I noticed someone in the store was actually selling it through, you just tap on a window and you just buy whatever you want to buy. And I was very hesitant on giving away my cell phone number. I talked to some people and they suggested that I don't contact the police and report it. June 2nd, 2011, I called the DC Crime Stoppers Anonymous and I reported what I saw on my cell phone. Big mistake right there. I made a mistake of not recording the call. And the call was not anonymous, so they picked up my name from the call ID. A week goes by and I noticed my Facebook was broken into. I learned that someone tried to break it but wasn't successful. And they knew my cell phone number, so they text me some kind of code to enter my Facebook. I thought the code might be safe to use. So I used their code, and it turns out that they were able to download all my personal information from Facebook. That's how I got started. And then, I did copy their IP address, but I would need like a subpoena to find out who that is. But by then, it would have changed by now, so I wouldn't know who it is. So the stalking event started on July 1st, 2011. I was being followed to my workplace. Later learned they put a GPS tracker in my car, so that's how they found my workplace. And I saw a bunch of cars, strange cars in neighbors' driveways. I learned that later they were spying on me. So I was being stalked by unknown people from the US government. I went online and I was researching my cause, and that's how I learned I was a target individual. I'm being stalked 24/7, 365 days a year. I really have no idea how long I will be stalked, but it could be for a lifetime. And I do feel pain in my body. I would get stings, pinpricks, burns. They even use some kind of sophisticated technology to mess up my bowels. Like, I don't have regular bowel movements, and sometimes I'll be constipated, and so it will be backed up. So they put some kind of plug on my body, and just last week, everything came out slowly. So they they took the plug out. I have no idea how they did it, but I know for a fact that they use direct energy weapons, otherwise known as DEWs, to do whatever they want to your body. It's the way they harass you. So it's on a daily basis. I'm harassed on a daily basis. I actually experience voice to skull as well. This is a strange group. This is how I learn about them. It really depends on what I'm doing. If I'm talking to a friend, they're gonna use their electronic weapons and try to harass me and stop me from talking to my friend. They have, I experienced voice to skull. I've heard somebody said, mm-hmm, and yes, and it's pretty audible. I can hear it clearly. But as far as them using that kind of technology, they would only punish me using that technology if I don't sleep on time according to their sleep schedule. Like, I've been sleeping 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, and they would want me to try to sleep by 10 o'clock p.m. So they only use that technology, and any other pain, sometimes only when I'm not sleeping on time. And I have heard sirens outside, police cars. Well, you don't really see them because they don't want to be caught. So they do that depending on what I'm doing. Like sometimes if I have to go out the house, I would do stuff. They would coordinate that effort with the police, and they'll bring like a police car near my neighborhood and make sounds. It's orchestrated as well. I am being affected by organized stalking. There are stalkers who live in my neighborhood. There's probably like 3, 4, 5. I don't know how many there is, but I know for a fact there's several of them in my neighborhood. And I have tried to take the GPS tracker out of my car as evidence, but they saw the exchange of emails I had with a private investigator, so it was going to be taken out the next day. But the stalkers got to it before I did. So they monitor your emails. You know, they control everything you do. So I should have done it a different way. Like I should have just taken a bus, go to a nearby hotel, and set up another email account so they won't know what I'm doing. So that's what I should have done. And I actually got this this thing online called the Keywave Defender. I actually saw this in the email because I'm a member of the Freedom from Covert Harassment organization, and they had this in their newsletter, and there was some studies done on this thing, and it actually works for like it decreases anxiety, and it gives you more energy. So I actually been using this on a daily basis. And as far as medication goes, I told my psychiatrist what happened, and he thinks that I'm a little too worried about what's going on, and so he prescribed me a medication that's actually for schizophrenia. I took it and it didn't really do anything, so I'm just thinking I'm getting off on it and not taking it. I am diagnosed with bipolar, so I take my medication just for that. And bipolar is different from schizophrenia. There's a difference to them. Bipolars, they don't hear voices in their head. Schizophrenia, yes, they do hear voices in their head. So there's a big difference. So I just take medication for that. Oh yeah, and as far as evidence, I did gather some evidence. And while I was on vacation, this past January, the people actually, these stalkers, they entered my house and they took all the evidence away from me, along with the GPS tracker. So I really have no evidence right now.